Hi, my name's Rich Curtis from Alesis, and I'm here to show you a little bit about the Alesis I/O dock, the world's first recording interface for the Apple iPad. The Alesis I/O dock allows you to unlock the full potential of your Apple iPad by turning it into a fully featured music creation and production workstation. On the rear panel, you see that we have a pair of TRS balanced outputs. It also has a direct switch, so if you wanted to send a direct output, you could turn that on. There are two XLR TRS combo jacks in the back with independent input gain control. You also have a switch for mic line or guitar level input. Phantom power is switchable right from the back. It's plus 48 volt phantom power. There's a foot switch option. You can plug in any foot switch that you'd like and you will get the ability to start and stop the sequencer or recorder at will. Great for drummers. And it also has a video output for those using applications that have video sequencing in them. On the left-hand side, you have your MIDI input and MIDI output jacks, the 5-pin connectors. And you also have a USB over MIDI input-output jack, so that way you can hook the Alesis I/O dock up to your computer and trigger from your host DAW or host sequencer of choice. On the right-hand side of the Alesis I/O dock, you'll have a headphone output with an independent volume control, and then lastly, your main output, so you can control the main output of your mix right from the box. I downloaded some of the most popular applications from the Apple App Store, so that way we can show you how creative we can get using these synthesizer applications with our Alesis I/O dock. Let's take a look at the Animoog app by Moog that's available on the iTunes App Store. Really powerful application, very inexpensive, and has a bunch of high-quality attributes from the other Moog analog synthesizers built right into this app. We have ribbon touch keys, so they'll actually change the way they sound the further up you move up the ribbon. And if you don't like that scale, you can always use this drop-down list to pick which one we want to use. Let's take a closer look at some of the presets inside the Animoog synthesizer. All right, next on the list is a brand new app out on the iPad and the iPhone called Reactable. And it's a very, very intuitive and unique application. You get everything from synthesis engines to oscillators, sequencers, and digital audio effects built in. Let's take a look. Here you can see we have a blank Reactable. And we call these tables. And from here, you can go ahead and insert something in here. Let's insert an oscillator. You can hear, not too much to it. And then from that point, we can sequence that oscillator using one of our sequencer icons. Double tap and drag to change the pattern. And from there, you can also add in filters and other assortment in here by dragging right over the output line there. So a bunch of different controls you can play around with here. Now, this is kind of how you start off, and you kind of build your table up from here. I have some preset tables I've created for you guys that I can load up. We can take a listen to. You can swipe across the output line to be able to turn our synthesizers on or off. Add in some effects. Delay. A little bit louder, a little bit soft. I can use my volume control to change that right on the side. And And you can add in as many icons as you have available down here. You can have an external input, run something into the I/O dock and have it run in there. Or you can just input your own waves or acidized loop files. There's infinite possibilities with this Reactable software. Very, very inexpensive. You can get it on the iTunes App Store, and I suggest you check it out. Works great with the Alesis I/O dock. Now let's take a look at one of the most popular recording applications for the Apple iPad called GarageBand. Let's start a new song. We'll start off with drums. Very simple to do drums right here. All you have to do is slide your instruments out onto the grid and make yourself a pattern. Add some shaker. Add some depth. Now let's record that to the session view just by hitting the record button. Let that run for about 3 or 4 bars, and this will give us a really good foundation to start building a song off of. All right. Now that we have our drums in there, as you can see if I go into my session view, you see all our MIDI drum pattern here. And let's go forth and add some piano. Let's go for it. We'll hit record and go to town. Everybody dance now. Great, that'll work. We'll hit stop. Let's take a listen to what we have so far. Sounds great, still needs something else. I think we should add in some rhythm, maybe a bass guitar or a bass synthesizer. Fairly simple to do. Let's hit our instruments button and come into our smart bass. And from here we can hit record and lay down a bass line. Really simple. Now, as you can see, the bass line was a little bit off with the rest of the project, and it's very simple to go right into session view here. I can take that MIDI clip that I recorded and slide it all the way to the beginning. Here you can loop, and that will make a nice long loop for me, allowing me to play that with my project. So that's a really quick tutorial on the Alesis I/O dock. Whether you're making music at home, on the road, or in the studio, the Alesis I/O dock helps you bring your iPad music production to the next level. For more information, visit alesis.com.